Have you ever left your home country, built a life somewhere else, and then came back for a visit, only to realize you don't fully belong anywhere anymore? That's exactly what happened to me, and today I want to talk about what it's really like to visit home after living abroad. When you go back home, probably you're really excited and happy to see all your friends and family again and just visit some old places you always used to go and where you have a lot of good memories. But sometimes it can feel a little bit different and weird. Maybe you are confused, maybe you have mixed emotions. It's completely normal because the thing is, it's not your home anymore. Even though it's your home country and you grew up there and you lived there maybe your whole life, it's not your home anymore. It's so different. When I was living in Germany, of course, I had a car, I had a flat, I had my job there, I had everything there. Now when I come back, I need to rent an apartment because, of course, I don't have my flat anymore. I don't have my car anymore, so I cannot do all those little fun trips that I used to do. And it just feels so much different. Staying at the place that is not your home, but at the same time, you're in your home country. Everything kinda looks the same, but it's also different. And you feel it even more when it comes to yourself. Because of course, you change. When you move to another country, it's not always easy. Of course, you go through your own struggles, you have different problems, and you change so much. So when you come back to your home country, it's this weird mixture of it's still kind of the same, but you change so much that for you it's kind of like hard to feel that you belong there. And even though it's your home country, you feel like a stranger, but in your new home, you didn't grow up there. So you still get to know the culture, get to know the people, the traditions, everything. It's just like, it can feel really confusing and weird and awkward and sad and exciting and everything. It's just like a mixture of emotions. But I just want to tell you, it's normal. You're allowed to feel what you're feeling. The same is with some conversations you will have, because people talk about things that are not interesting for you anymore because you don't live there anymore. So for me, for example, it's politics. Like, I don't care about the politics in Germany, and then I have to remind myself, okay, but for them it's interesting because they still live there. It's kind of like, you know, when you quit a job but you still are in contact with some of the people there, and then they tell you all the gossip and the tea and who left and about new people, and you're not interested anymore because you quit. You're caught between two worlds. Like, you grew up in your home country, you know the culture, you know the food, you know the habits, you know the places, everything, but you change, so you kind of feel like a stranger in your own home country, but at the same time in your new home, you're not a local. Like, you didn't grow up there and you're just learning about the culture, about their traditions, habits, way of life. You kind of belong in both worlds, but also neither world, and it's so confusing. It's really hard for me to describe that feeling. And I remember when I moved to another country and I came back to Germany for the first few times, I really felt like I cannot show my true self. I feel like I don't belong here anymore, but I kinda do. Like, those are my people, those are my friends, my family, so of course I belong here, but I don't. And then I really was like so caught up in the mix and all my emotions that I really had the feeling like I cannot even show my true self. I don't want to talk too much about my new life because people cannot really relate and you want to explain it to them, but also you don't want to talk about it too much because it feels kind of weird. And it was just like probably only in my head, but that's how I felt. And then the last few times I was like, of course I changed. I moved from Germany to Singapore. It's another continent. It's like another world. So if I wouldn't change, that would be traumatic though. I realized, okay, I can be open. Like, I can be the new me and I can show it. But I just had this feeling of, oh no, I kind of need to be how I used to be because that's who I was. Like I said, it's confusing. Maybe you don't even have those thoughts, but I do because I'm an overthinker. So, but sometimes it's just hard to explain explain to your friends how your new life is and how you feel, and also you don't want to be like, oh my gosh, I found new people here, it's so amazing, and then make them feel bad because you give them the feeling like, oh, I don't miss you. You know? So from what I've learned, open communication is the best way. Because of course your friends are interested in your life, they want to hear all your experiences, so they want to know, so you don't have to feel guilty of telling them that you're good. By the way, is it just me? Write it in the comments if you had the thoughts as well. The feeling of being caught between two worlds is when you say goodbye. First of all, saying goodbye is never getting easier. I really thought, oh, okay, after a while you get used to it and then it's easier and you just say goodbye and you turn around and leave. But honestly, for me, no, it doesn't get easier. So tell me if it gets easier for you, because will it ever be normal? I don't know. But the thing is, when you leave, you're sad because you leave your family and friends behind, but on the other hand, you're excited, or hopefully you're excited to be in your new country, in your new home. Yeah, it's just like this being in the middle, because it's sad, on the other hand you're excited, so it's confusing. It's really confusing. Sometimes it can be really hard when you have a friend group and they are talking about past meetings or events or their birthdays or whatever it is, and you haven't been there, and then you have this feeling of missing out and you realize even more what you missed out on, and it can be really, really tough. Of course you're still in contact with them, but it's not the same anymore. And then it just sometimes hits you like, oh fuck, I missed that birthday. Oh man, I wish I would have been there. And when they talk about it, it can make you feel really sad. So it can be confusing, but I feel like it's important to talk about stuff like that as well. I know it's not like the typical travel video that I'm doing, but it's part of the journey and I want to talk about it. So yeah, visiting home after living abroad is never just a simple trip. It's comforting, it's weird, it's emotional, and sometimes even a little lonely all at once. If you've experienced something similar, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how you felt coming back home after being away for a while. And if you liked that video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more about traveling, moving abroad, the emotions, the whole transitions, and just my experiences when it comes to traveling and moving abroad. So I hope you have a good day. Bye!